This is the most vulnerable I'm going to get with you guys. And I have thought about this many times. Um, this is going to be a quote unquote coming out video. Um, I consider myself to be a somewhat, um, well, I guess masculine and feminine at the same time. I don't know. But after realizing this, um, it wasn't really hard to come up with this, but I have re-recorded this video like 4 or 5. This is my 5th time re-recording this video because of what the content message was going to be for. Um, the only 3 people that know are my parents and one of my best friends, and that was not I mean, it was easy to say, but I felt that it wasn't appropriate at the time to tell everybody. So, this is me publicly saying that I am now part of the LGBTQ club. Oh my gosh, it feels so weird saying this. Now, you're gonna ask me, probably, what took so long? I wanted to make sure that it was the right time. I didn't want to scare anybody, but I figured because this I discovered in high school, and then it grew into something else. This was really funny because the way I came off of it, it was really hilarious. I didn't know that this was going to be the response to me telling people. Well, the way that it started, the way that this all started was that it was like my senior year of high school, and first of all, no shame to the people that are that dress like a stud, that dress manly. There's nothing wrong with it because females do it all the time. I do it all the time. or sometimes I want to just wear a dress. But normally, um, she was a masculine type female. Um, I really thought she was a guy at first. I really thought she was a guy at first. So I technically had a crush. And then until somebody said her name, and I was like, wait a minute, that's a girl. Which you get, and that's harmless. I mean, people think that, you know, girls are guys all the time, but they think that they're the opposite when they're actually not. They're actually the same. But for the longest time, I had a crush on this particular person, not because I thought she was a dude, but because I didn't know that I could feel like that. Basically, she played in bands for my high school. And after that, she moved back to up north. The way that this came out, the way that I told my mom, was my mom was asking me when I was gonna get a boyfriend or whatever. And she's like, well, I can't wait. When are you gonna get a boyfriend? When are you gonna? I'm like, it might not be a boy. And then my mom was like, oh, I'm not mad at it, blah, blah, blah. So yeah, she was very open and really supportive in that aspect. Not a lot of people are. I guess I was afraid of like people being upset or people judging me because I'm a specific orientation, which I thought, I thought people were gonna be like mad or anything. Which this is the first time that I, talked publicly about it. It wasn't until I was out I had graduated from high school and went on to college, and I still had that feeling, but this particular person, they had every opportunity to get to know me and stuff, but I didn't. So we had exchanged numbers and everything, and she went to the same technical college I went to, and that was the first. I wasn't afraid to ask her this, but I just wanted to see what her response was because I knew it was going to be hilarious. she was like, oh yeah, I'm into guys and girls. And I was like, oh, okay. And she's like, oh. And then all of a sudden, she stopped going to the college that I was at. And she was like, oh, a lot of times she would be like on my Facebook page saying I should do these things, like to get like some, like she was trying to help me out. But yeah, we kept in contact, but then we somehow I lost contact with her, she lost contact with me, and then that didn't work out so well. And then when she told me, I was like, okay, so, because I didn't want to offend anybody, like, because there's different orientations nowadays. And I would consider myself to be, let me see. I'm like, okay, how many did the, because I was like trying to figure out, what's the deal with. And then no, like everything that I get is like either by colors or whatever. So people, I'm like, I don't know how obvious I have to be. Do I have to put, LGBTQ on my forehead? I mean, I wasn't really ready to tell anybody until now. And then she was, like, nobody guessed it. Nobody, I'm like, you didn't notice the bright colors and all and now that I know, that makes more sense. And I'm like, isn't it obvious? I mean, I don't go around. I don't go around with that on my forehead. I honestly don't. But now I figured, hey, that it is time for a very serious conversation. I have dated I had a partner for like 4.5 years. He was a guy in this scenario. It didn't turn out well. It didn't. It just didn't. And I was like, okay. And then it was horrible. Turned out that he was a douchebag. And then all of a sudden, all these people were trying to say, you shouldn't date him. You shouldn't date him. And this and that. And blah, blah, blah. And people were trying, I'm like, so they don't want me to be happy. The person that was mostly telling me this, I was like, this is coming from whatever. And then they were trying to say, oh, well, he does this and he likes this and I don't really care. I mean, the guy likes what he likes. If he likes that kind of stuff, then he likes that kind of stuff. There's nothing wrong with it. I mean, we weren't intimate, I should say, but he was very clingy, too clingy. Like, wanted my attention every 5 minutes. I'm like, no, you can't do that because there's a lot of people here. And he was like, well, you and the so and you're the one that pursued me. He's the one that was, I wasn't looking for a relationship. He was the one pursuing that and blah, blah, blah. Honestly, I thought the man had a fetish. I still do think he has a fetish. Sorry, but I'm coming clean, I'm coming out of it, so. Now y'all are gonna ask me, do I have a partner at this point? No, I don't. I would, but not at this present time. I just thought it was funny how everybody was trying to tell me what to do in this situation, but nobody was actually there to witness any of it. So, yeah. Screw them. But other than that, like, I don't feel like I don't think anybody's gonna question it. Who should question it? And if they question it, then they question it. But I'm giving you the answer straightforward. So, and people are gonna be like, why did you decide to do that and say that? And come on with the comments. Oh, I will be responding to the comments. Don't think I don't. So, come on with your questions. Ask me to do any other suggestion videos because I will do some. Some of them will be on the LGBTQ content. Some of them will be on different topics. Now that I came out with this, and I hope you guys enjoy it. I hope to open some avenues for you guys to openly talk about this stuff. I'm not saying it, go and blurt it out to your parents right now. I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that. Doing that at the dinner table. No. I'm just saying that it's okay. There is nothing wrong with liking what you like. Some people like this oranges, some people like pineapples. They're both fruit. One might be sour and one might be sweet, or like Sour Patches. Well, I prefer myself to be, oh my gosh, a Sour Patch. I can be sour or I can be sweet. It depends. I feel better now that I've gotten that out of the way. But nothing's gonna change. I hope to get positive feedback from this. Some negative, but I'm here for negative comments. I can respond if you guys want me to respond, but I'm gonna respond in my way. I'm not gonna be all mean. But yeah. I just figured that it was time to come Queen and come out with that. Now, this is going to be a little bit controversial, but I'm going to come out with. I don't, no, not controversial. I'm pretty weird to come out with. I'm not going to say anything in reference to this, but I just think that, like, why should people have to hide? I'm done hiding. I'm like, I'm gonna be 28 this year. And I'm not gonna be like, oh, I didn't want to wait until I'm like 40 or 50 to come out with it saying that. So, there should be no shame in feeling how you feel. Although some new things have come out in reference to YouTube and social media as a whole. They are now trying to ban certain types of content from being on YouTube because they're saying that it's messing with people's minds. And I'm like, well, if people didn't have social media, and there was a time that we didn't have social media, we had email and all that, but I think me being a content creator myself, I personally don't think it's anything wrong with sharing your life. Heck, why do you think Kim Kardashian's famous or anybody else? They're famous because they're just, I mean, I'm not knocking it, but like, they're famous for being famous. They're famous for doing what they do, and whether it was a tape or not, they're famous for doing that. But I honestly don't think we should ban social media for that. I think it's funny how they come up with, oh, it's this and it's that and it's this and it's that. These people knew what they were getting themselves into when they created this app, or when they created this platform. And for those of you that don't know, YouTube is owned by Google, so you get a check from YouTube, you get a check from Google. So I'm not trying to get any recognition from this, but I do want to get to 100 subscribers. So, I just thought it was time to come clean and to come out with some kind of relief for people. I know I'm probably going to get a lot of questions after I post it, but keep them coming in the comments. June is definitely Pride Month, so you guys will see me doing a lot of content on that. I've always been a supporter of the LGBTQ plus community, but now it is time to add that avenue to my channel. There are some YouTubers that are part of the LGBT community that I want to shout out. Patrick Starr, James Charles, Peter Mon. There's a whole lot of people. I just decided to come out with those 3. And Jeffree Star and Timmy Tomato and Nick Avocado. Those were like 6, but I hope you guys enjoy this type of content and stay tuned for more. I will be doing a lot of LGBTQ content on this channel specifically. If you guys want to see flips, if you guys want me to talk about certain topics related to LGBT, I will. There is a specific person that I wanted to come out. I wanted to talk about, and that is Jazz from I Am Jazz. She is the first, well, she's not the first, but she's the one that has like the reality show where she talks about being a woman and being, being transformed to male to female. I support that 100%. I think she's giving a very positive message to people. Yeah, but during June, it's my birthday month, so I'm gonna show you guys a lot of fun content. I'm gonna be talking about a lot of fun stories for his podcast, shows, anything you guys want to talk about about LGBT. I can probably answer those questions. But it is going to be one wild ride this year. I hope you guys are buckled in to see what happens. So I hope you guys have a safe and wonderful MLK weekend, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye guys, and stay safe out there.